finish the unfinished business. And today we are live with the Adesholas to finish the unfinished business on that hot, scintillating, and beautiful topic called
Intruders.
Intruders too. Yeah. Before we go ahead, I would like the Adesholas to say hello to the viewers at home.
Good evening, viewers. It is a pleasure to be here once again, and we appreciate the privilege of being here. We've not taken it for granted, and I'm sure after today's episode, we'll have one or two things to have learned. Thank you, viewers, for coming live online.
Thank you so much. And Madam.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. It's good to be back again. And thanks for joining us.
Wow. Am I one?
Thank you, everyone. God bless you. Thanks for joining us today again. We want to appreciate everyone, both the viewers and our guest. God bless you so much. God bless your family and increase you mightily in Jesus' name.
Amen. Amen. You will always know the pastor, Mrs. Somebody's looking at me. All right. Thank you very much. Wow. Let's do the test again, whether this time around you can pass. In one word, how is marriage to you? Starting from Madam.
Madam.
Amazing.
Wow.
Wow. Amazing. And Oga at the top.
Interesting.
Interesting.
That's great.
I won't mind the because I say it a lot. So I will not say it's a word. So both of you got it today. Marriage is interesting and marriage is amazing.
Yeah.
Wow. It's amazing how you knocked me off my feet. Nobody ever made me feel this way.
Imagine.
I remember this song. In those days.
Yeah.
I think that was Craig David, right?
Yeah. No.
Was it Craig David? Yeah.
Black. No.
Joe.
Yeah. In those days when we still listen. Okay. So welcome back to the program. Let's start this way. I'll throw the first question to Madam and my beautiful wife will throw the next question. Gossip. One weapon used primarily by intruders. I want to ask Madam, have you experienced that in your marriage? And how have you been able to deal with it? Like somebody will come. You know, there are different ways of making gossip. They want to tell you they saw somebody in your husband's car, for an example. And they will like, oh, my sister, I saw you and Oga on the way this morning. I was trying to greet. You were here, all of you were just doing laughing inside the car. Lo and behold, they've reported.
Of course, they reported.
Plus the people that we ask and the people we don't ask. Have you experienced that and how have you been able to cope with it?
Is it to go first?
Madam should go first.
You, Madam.
Oh.
Ladies first.
Ladies first, always.
Yes. Of course, we know that is like a normal thing, you know. Even not in marriage, between friends, you know, gossip is normal. It's a normal thing that happens, you know. And for me, if you are coming to give me gossip about my husband, you should be ready. You will give me the full details. Because by the time I will go back and ask, so you won't want to give me a gossip about seeing me in my husband's car in the morning. You have to tell me the exact place. If there was traffic lights, maybe we start, you know, it's possible. I might be the one. So you have to give me the full details so that I can be able to know how to tackle Oga when he comes back. But for me, it actually happened between his friends. They were gossiping, like maybe I think your husband had another child outside. So, you know, normally for women now, the way we react, the way we tend to react. At first, I got shocked and I was like, really? Can this really happen? So when another person came also, because there were groups, you know, groups of friends. So another person from that same group said, actually, it's not like it happened. I had a dream, like something of such happened. So when I called my husband and I said, Unbo, àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ ló sọ o. You get it? Tó bá ti má àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ ẹ sọ, ó dàbí pé ó ń ṣẹlẹ̀. And then he was like, but we've been together since how many years? When was the last time I traveled to Nigeria alone? Or is it this place that I came and you joined me after some months? So I'm always like, if I hear the gossip, of course I will ask my husband. I'm not the type that will hear gossip and just keep it like, okay, because I trust him, I don't need to ask him. No, I will ask to be sure. Sorry, there is an adage in Yoruba that says, or something. So, when the gossip started, like I think your husband had a child outside and all that stuff, then I told the guy that if you want to say it, say something else, because I don't call him husband of my youth for nothing, because we started very, very young. So if you are saying my husband had a child outside, when? Because the close marking, before you will even try it, you get what I'm saying. We are always together. If you tell me maybe it happened when he went to watch Arsenal match, we go also to these viewing centers back home. We will go together and watch the match. So I had to shut the guy up there and die the gossip down. But later, when my husband came, I still had to ask him, and we talk about it. And he was like, he didn't know what he didn't know what my reply was. But he just, when he came and I asked him, and he said, àti ìgbà wo la ti ń bọ̀. So tí n bá rí ọmọ síta, o ò ní mọ̀. Àbí táìmù wo ni mo fẹ́ lọ́mọ síta. Mo lè mi gan ti sọ fẹ́ nìyẹn pé ṣé wo ní kò sí time. You get it? There is no time. So when they come like that, so the best is know your partner. If you know your partner, you can be able to vouch for your partner outside. Even when they bring it, you can just, you know, cut them short and die it down. And you can still go back later and ask your partner, discuss and talk about it. The reason why I said you should talk about it is you never can tell, something of such might be happening. You know, but when you talk to your partner, you're together face to face. Ojukoro, kokimpa, ojukoro je. You will be able to see each other, and then you can get if he's lying or he's trying to cover up.
Wow, I love it so much, and I like one thing in that the whole description. Yeah. I like the fact when you say I've already shut the guy up. And then, although I will still ask my husband, and I will put in this way before Oga will talk. Those people are not really friends. Yeah. They are enemy. If you can start dreaming for your friend, that your friend has gotten something outside, evidently you are looking for the house to scatter.
To break.
They are not really friends. And one thing we need to learn, I like keeping things in between the word. One thing we need to learn, like Madam, I said, they are not really friends. Those people are not really friends. If they are listening to me now, let them listen. They are not really friends. Anybody that will dream about something that he doesn't even have an evidence of are not friends. And they really want the home to scatter. And this is what I want to say to everybody here today. As we grow older, I think we need to cut the level of people we keep around us as friends. Anybody that cannot benefit the family shouldn't be part of the family. Why will you be dreaming for me? Anyway, I don't want to dwell too much into that. Over to Oga at the top.
That issue was something that it caused some little of serious challenge there. And but by God's grace, I was able to handle it to say we've been together for a very long time and nothing of such could happen. And I told her something. I said, when people have agenda, this is how they come. And for the fact that this person is coming to say this thing to you, just sit down and think about the agenda. Think about what is this person's interest. The interest is you don't have the peace of this family at heart. Because if you want to scatter the home, that is the instrument to scatter the home. So why are you bringing it up to scatter the home? So I just thought that there is no need to believe such, and it's not happening. And definitely this person has an agenda, and that was how we resolved that. That was it. So, wow. But it's part of the experience. If not, we won't be here discussing or trying to share our experience. So it's part of the experience why we've learned over the years that see people come and say things to you. Even when we started, then we've been together for a very long time. Someone came and said, "Oh, your wife, your girlfriend, she's doing this, she's doing that." I was like, "Really?" But then I was still young. I had doubt. I was like, "Okay, let me clarify my doubts." But in the long run, I spoke with her because the thing is, it's important to discuss these issues such that when there is a seed of discord that is sown, we don't allow it to germinate. So discussing about it was like, "Come, I had this, I had this, I had this." And we spoke about it. I was like, "Really? Was that why you," because what I did was, okay, I took some steps. And she was like, "Was that why you took those steps?" I was like, "Yes, that's why I took those steps. But then I had it from this source. Don't go there, just forget about it." And she said, "Okay." But she went and confronted the person and said, "Oh, so you went to do this." So that's over 15 years ago or something like that. But then that's part of the experience, and we've passed through a whole lot of things. So intruders will always be there. You just have to deal with them in the right manner.
Gossipers, yeah.
Gossipers, intruders. Wow. This what I keep saying is fantastic when you listen to those people who have experience. Experience is talking right over here. And I said, when you have a couple that is in a marriage over a decade, there is no be moi moi. Let me put it that way. It's not a joke. It's not a joke. They've gone through a lot. Here we want to discuss reality. We really want to discuss reality. And if anybody will tune into this program, I bet it before the end of the program you will learn one or two things. Over to you, madam, for the next question.
The second question. Mobile phone. Like your mobile phone is another intruder. Like it's usually still your spouse's attention. How have you as family been coping with this?
I would go first on that. The mobile, prior to today's session, I've seen many things that could intrude into marriages. Part of it is in the next question, so I won't go deep into that. But the mobile aspect, it's something we have come to embrace because we can't run away from it. It's the way our parents lived is not the way we are living now. Times have changed. So the thing is, for newlyweds, for those who are experiencing, it's something we need to embrace, because then we've heard about when mobile was still in the early stage in early 20s, women cooking food and the food is getting burnt and they are on the mobile, you know. Women with the mobile and the child is there, they can't attend to the child. These are the excesses. But as time went on, we've been able to understand that we need to embrace it. How do we manage it? It's been a challenge, especially for the women, because Instagram, they can be there. It's just like second home, you know. Before they sleep, they are there. When they wake up, they are there. You know, they are always there. Facebook is live on. It's something that we have come to embrace, and we've been coping with it, and there's nothing we can do. The thing is, we just have to embrace it. it's part of the family. It's part of, we need to embrace it. That's what I can say, because no family is exempted from the challenge of the mobile phone intruding and taking attention. So we need to embrace it.
All right. Before Madam we talk, I want to ship this in. This program will be on Marriage is Beautiful YouTube channel. Yeah. Please, if you have not joined, you can go right over there and subscribe. Join. We have over 50-something videos on Marriage is Beautiful. Is a channel that has been on for over a year, and we've been churning out video week in, week out. As soon as we finish, maybe probably before 9 or 10 o'clock today, in quarter time, this program will be on the YouTube channel. If you are watching us, please subscribe to our channel. Help us to grow the channel, be part of the family. And also, after this program, if you really would like to feature, to be part of this, you can contact us at Marriage is Beautiful G4. Marriage is Beautiful G4 at gmail.com. Yeah. Marriage is Beautiful G4 at gmail.com. You can give us a message on our WhatsApp, or you can give us a message on our Instagram. You can send us a message on Facebook. We're on Facebook. We have a group. We have a page. You can join any of the two and be part of the family. Mobile phone is a matter. It's seriously in truth. And I'm guilty. I'm learning to adjust. That is smart advice. So please send in your question. If you are still at home, you've not joined. We only have 1 hour. Join so that you will not be telling us we can't rejoin after 1 hour. We want to make it 1 hour. So that goes for that. To Oga say something on mobile. I know, Madam, we have a lot to say. The selfie, the Instagram, the post. And I like to read a status, honestly, because nowadays, in the time of too much of stress, one need to while away the sorrow. So, Madam, mobile phone, a major intruder.
Like my husband said earlier, that we just have to embrace it. I am guilty. Really. I can't do with my phone. I can't do without my phone. If I'm in the toilet, I take my phone along, because I do mostly everything on my phone. I am guilty. If I'm going to the kitchen, I go with my phone. Not because I'm chatting or something. But, sometimes I want to shop. I want to buy air. I want to know the latest air. I want to know what's up. As in, I want to know what is going on. So I kind of use my phone to follow up. And he's always angry when it comes to that, because sometimes he will tell me, what is it? Can't you put this phone down and just sleep? Sometimes I'll just tell him, I'm having headache. Then he will say, but you are still on Instagram. You're having headache, but you're still on Instagram. Then you don't have headache. I'm on Instagram chatting. I'm on Instagram checking, Gist Lover, Instablog, things like that, to just keep up. We are not in Nigeria, so to just keep up and know what is going on. Sometimes I might be listening to music. But really, I can say this phone of a thing is we can't do anything about it. We just have to embrace it. As in, we should leave it that way, because I don't know. It takes the grace of God and discipline. And these days, there is nothing you want to do that you won't need your phone. These days, even the Bible that we'll read, your Bible is always on your phone. You get what I'm saying? So it takes discipline. You just have to discipline yourself. Like, okay, today I'm just going to, but I don't think it's possible though. If I'm going outside and I forget my phone at home, forget it. I'm coming back to get my phone.
So
I'm coming back to get my phone.
It's part of the family.
So we just have to embrace it, but we don't need to abuse it, We don't need to abuse the use of the phone. If I want, if my husband wants my attention, I'm definitely going to put the phone under the bed. We don't joke with that. Phone is phone. When it's time to talk or attend to my kids or do something that I need to do, then I don't have time for phone.
Wow. Somebody said this mobile is really an issue, especially this big brother.
Yeah,
This big brother, Niger period. May God help us. My wife. Somebody said my wife is protesting a smart advisor, and I have Shidla. I say, "Ha, Baba Bolu, I pray for your credit card." Oh. I think when she's talking about shopping. Well, we have a lot of thing here and reaction here, and we really appreciate our viewers for being online. Wow, mobile phone.
Yeah.
Everybody is guilty about it.
Okay, I want to chip in something.
Yeah.
I want to ask Mama, like,
Yes.
is it really, because I used to hear people saying that there should be a time when we don't take our mobile phones to the room, I mean the inner room, your bedroom. So how can we handle that, or how can we manage that? Because myself, I use my phone, but not a lot. Because sometimes I'm 3 hours, I might not even be with my phone 4 hours, you know, things like that. But there are times that you really want to use your phone and you're with the phone. Okay, well, like, don't take your phone to the bedroom, and you need to do something. Will you come outside to pick the phone again? And you know, so it's a bit confusing. How can we manage such things? You know?
To me, I would say the truth. My phone has nothing to do with my bedroom activity. I'm going to go to my bedroom. My phone is always by the side. It doesn't have to be on the bed. Of course, I'm not going to hold my phone to do anything when I want to travel to Jerusalem. You get it?
Jerusalem,
But you never can tell, or you might have something important, a message or a call that you need to attend to, you know. So when I take my phone to the room, the only thing I do, and I used to tell him also, because sometimes messages keep coming in, mails and that, and he normally puts it in vibrating or something. So, and he puts it under the pillow. So I'm always like, Oga, we are inside the room. This room is our own little, you know, this is our sacred room. When you're coming, come with your phone, but put your phone on silent. I don't want to hear the vibrating sound. That is the only thing we can do for concerning that.
Yeah, let me just chip in one more thing, which I think for the phone, it's very important that we can't stay too far away from the phone, because you never can know the extent of the level of importance of a call coming in. So we can't go with 1 hour without the phone. But what we usually do, or what I can suggest, is with the mobile, we can always keep it on silent. If it's on silent, you might not necessarily want to go there. Like, I don't want to touch this phone. If it's on mute, it's easy to just overlook it, you know. But then, if you just keep it somewhere else, you can't keep it in the living room. Then you have to go to the room, then go back there. You know, but it's just keeping on silent when it's necessary. Sometimes when you want to, just keep it on silent. But the phone is part of. There's nothing we can. That's why I said we just need to embrace it, because even there's no way. Even for me, I can't do without my phone. Sometimes I just tell myself I don't want to go on WhatsApp. I just try to say I don't want to, but then I will still be there, just to control the
something will get you.
But then it's part of us. Yeah, something will always be there.
All right. For the like of us that is into a kind of job that you can be called anytime. I remember I've been called like 1 a.m. or 12:30 a.m. and I have to leave around 2 a.m. for maybe like 150 kilometers away to where I am. And I have to travel in the middle of the night. So if I definitely have to put my phone on silence, I will allow it to blink, so that if there is any need, I might touch it. We have a question here before we go to the next question.
Yes,
and it is from the COVID. He said, is it right for spouse to be going through each other's phone? I understand we are one, but is it ideal? So over to you, Sama.
This question was answered last week. Last week's episode. Yeah. However, for emphasis' sake, I will still touch on it. And touching on it is, we started with knowing your spouse. Knowing your spouse. Then at what level? We said we're talking about marriage here. If they are newlywed, what level can you start to go into each other's phone and check it? So the third one is, if you have to do that, what are you looking for? What are you looking for? It's okay for me to say, oh, you can always check, which I know almost married counselors, all these, they say, oh, you can always check, but then it's good to check. But what are you looking for? That is my own part of it. Most of the time, like I answered last 2 weeks, what you're looking for, you might definitely see it, or you might see something that looks like what you're looking for, and it would bring about many times at a ratio of maybe 7 to 10 times. When you check, you find something that will bring up issues. So why are you checking? Are you at the level where you need to check? So the thing is, there are levels where you get to before you can begin to check. But then if you've been together for a very long time, you can always check. And if you need to check, it might be like someone gives the permission to check. There are different types of checking. You can check and just look at it and put it down. There are things like you're really going and really you want to check. When you check Facebook, you want to go to WhatsApp. From WhatsApp, we've discussed mobile. We need to embrace mobile, and it has really destroyed many homes. So there is caution when it comes to mobile in marriages, in our dispensation, not like in those days. In this dispensation, mobile can really cause a whole lot of issue in the house. So you need to know your spouse and know how to manage this phone going through, and it's a delicate area for me.
Okay, so like you said 2 weeks ago, we can check. But when you just newly got married and then you were going on, there must still be reminiscences or,
unfinished business
in the past that will still be there. But as time goes on, you were supposed to build trust. Yeah. And my question is, if you build trust, as in quote, trust, then why do you need to start checking? I am an advocate of we can always have access to each other's phone, a very good advocate of it. But even at that, like I said last week, even at that, in 2 weeks ago rather, even at that, when my wife has access to it, she doesn't even remember the password after 10 times of telling her. So it's always like, my worry me, Jerry, just leave me alone. Because at the end of the day, trust is paramount. Trust is paramount. It's not about checking. It's about what are you looking for. It's just about having trust. Yeah, what you are looking for. So, madam, any contribution before we move to the next?
We talked about this last 2 weeks also. For me, he answered from the view of being a man. For me, you can check. You can check, and the reason why you are checking, I said this last time. The reason why you are checking is just for him not to feel too relaxed. I'm telling you, a lot of things are happening now, especially with married men. Sometimes I don't check his phone. I decided to give him that space. I decided to give him that privacy. I don't check his phone. But sometimes, like maybe once in 2-3 months, I will make Oga feel comfortable very well. I might just decide to go and check. And for me, if I check, I will check Instagram. Yes, I will check Instagram. I will check WhatsApp. I will check this. I'm not looking for anything. I just want, there are sometimes you will just have, like maybe asking him something now. I might ask my husband something about someone, and the way he answers, because I know him too well. the way he answers me, or the answers, or the reply he gives back to me will make me want to check the phone and know more about that person. You get what I'm saying? If my instinct, like I said the other time, if my instinct says after 5 or 6 months that I should check the phone, I will check and I will check.
Hello.
I'm with you.
Hello, man. Yeah.
Yes.
I was putting something for Madam. I said instinct, go ahead.
We were expecting the instinct since.
I was expecting that word, instinct.
So I will check it thoroughly, and then we will talk about it if there is anything, and then we'll talk about it. It's not just for you. It's not like you monitoring him, But once in 4 or 5 months, that's not. It's not something that you're overdoing, It's not something that you're overdoing.
Like you're praying and you're still washing. Like wash and pray.
Wash and pray. We really understand.
How to work is dead.
So, like
keep my marriage, keep my man, and I'm not doing the little thing that I'm supposed to do.
Don't pray, go. Be free and have something to cover your body without giving those things that is needed, like the Bible says.
Yeah, without laying too much emphasis on the mobile. The reason why, for us, we'll say we have gotten to we're going to a stage. We have Atibatiwa Debi, we've gotten to some where you are. We've gotten to, as married couple, we've gotten to some level, we've gotten to some aspects. But my view is on upcoming new marriages, because what I've noticed is women of this generation, they want to know everything. And this knowing everything, it's recipe for disaster. Even when you're cutting, even from cutting, because if we go to, let's say, to a Christian, if you take it to a Christian couple, let's say, okay, these guys are Christian couples, they want to settle down together. You should give your husband that respect of, okay, this is your privacy, take it. But when you guys are married, when you're cutting, give him that respect. But when you guys are married, you can begin to grab more authority, to going into, okay, this is your phone. You're respecting him, but you can still go into the phone. You can still you're acquiring that power gradually. In this time, ordinary boyfriend and girlfriend, you know what, the boy, even somebody that is not even yet sure that, okay, I want to marry you, for example, he's not even sure as a young man, as a young man of say 27, 26, 29, he's not even yet convinced that he wants to settle down with you. But you're already checking his phone. You're already, who is calling you? These are things that you might scare him off. And if you don't scare him off, you might begin to have an attitude of doing that even when it's not necessary, even when it's not supposed to be. So that's why the issue of the phone is, when you're married, it's something different. When you're cutting, it's something different. But in this time, women they want to know. That's why I said, know your spouse, and you crown it all well by saying, the trust is the foundation for every marriage. The trust is the foundation for any relationship to work. So once you are able to trust that person, then the issue of phone will not give you shouldn't even bother about it, because this person is this person. I know this person, and I know my woman, I know my man. It gives you that confidence and the trust, and the phone won't be a problem. So for us, we can deal with ourselves with the phone. But for the purpose of this program and those listening, knowing your spouse, and especially for newlyweds, whereby they are so eager to want to know everything, it takes a whole lot of understanding to know how to manage the phone issue. So it's good to check, but it's really a delicate area when it comes to checking of the mobile.
All right. Wow, that's a lengthy one and very, very interesting. And I want to say this also. It is important to understand one another. We're still saying no two marriages is the same. If it goes well for you in your home to check each other's home, so be it. If it doesn't go well, don't say because I watched something on marriage is beautiful. Every home, like we say, diverse. We base it. We base it on the principles set by each home. And because you are checking in your own home doesn't mean you have to tell your friend to check in her own home. She might be the one that understands the privacy. She loves her privacy and her husband doesn't even touch it. I have watched some couples, celebrity, like Today and Wumi, and they talk about this issue. Sometimes they go down. We don't check each other's phone. Why do we need to? Even though we have access to it. And it comes with staying together, trusting one another. My question is, why will I be going through? What am I looking for? Do I really trust that person? When I trust you, when you tell me A, I believe A is A. I will permit the women to do that once in a while because that's the way they are wired. And you can't take it off from them. So once you don't have anything to hide, you don't have anything to hide. You don't need to worry about somebody touching your phone, somebody not touching your phone. Having said that, we move to the next intruder. And it's a very interesting one. And I want to say this intruder is real. And in everyday marriage, it is there. That takes us to the next question. Work is another intruder in marriage. And I'm putting it this way for the couples we're having on the program today because we are in Doha, we're in Qatar, a work environment. How have you been able to cope, considering the fact that this is an industrial environment and you also have to raise kids and every one of you has to go to work and come back? How have you been able to manage work that it doesn't become a bad intruder in the marriage?
I'll go first on this. Earlier, I said something about my little study to show, okay, intruders. 2 weeks ago, we talked about intruders from the aspect of mainly from saying opposite sex. But then there are other things that intrude. And I'm happy today that when I saw today's outline and the question, I could see that work was there. And the reason for that, work was top of what I saw. We have work, we have in-laws, we have parents, we have kids, we have internet. There are so lot of things that intrude into the, even church. I would say this, even church intrudes into the marriage. And I won't go deep into church, but from where we are coming from, we had an idea of how church can intrude into your marriage. But that's a topic for another day. I'll go straight to work. We've been coping, and recently about this new where I work now, I have to do a whole lot of things. And about a year ago or 2 years ago, I had to tell myself that anything work is not going to be done in the house. Anything work, if I can't finish it in the office till the next day, it so much takes all of your time because you wake up, you go, you come back, and the way here has been structured, is work, home, work, home, work. It's only work. So we've been managing it. However, I try not to make it impact the time and intrude into the family. And it's been challenging. It's been challenging. 2 days ago, as we drove out, I was still telling her, why are you taking too much stress on yourself with work? Relax, it is work. It will never finish. Just take it easy. Because immediately you finish one, another one will come. Immediately finish one, get another voice note. Going back to the issue of phone, recently, I wasn't feeling too comfortable. We have lots of projects, and all what you see is every project has its own group on WhatsApp. I'm like, WhatsApp should be something personal. It should be something personal. So, but now in this time, my project managers, they want to, there's something they have to do and tell you on WhatsApp. We have the company's information and WhatsApp group. It's there. So the thing is, everything is so mixed together. Like we were saying earlier, you don't want to go to the mobile, but when work comes calling, you have to check it. You can't ignore, because they know there's no way you will be busy and you won't be on WhatsApp. So there's a group waiting for you. So sometimes I don't just open it. You just have to, okay, I won't open it. I won't check it, because once you check it, there's a task to be done. So it's really challenging for us working down here, coping with work. But what I do, the way I've been able to survive is taking it easy. And as I'm talking on this live show, I have things pending. And I'm like, no, it's pending, it's pending. When I get to the office, I will sit down there and we'll do it. If I can't finish it there, that's it. So that's how we've been coping. It's not been easy. Yeah. And this topic goes especially for Madame. Madame does not joke with work. The way she takes work, maybe it looks like I'm reporting herself. I'm like, take it easy, take it easy, take it easy. Work is not finishing. I'm having a headache and you're still doing the work. I'm feeling pain. I'm like, take it easy with work. Work is good, but take it easy with work and don't let it intrude into the family, into the family and marriage. So that is it with work.
Wow. My ideology is your ideology. I have a joke I normally crack whenever you ask me how is work, especially during the weekend. I'll tell you, you see that boy called work. I don't have business with him on Thursday evening. When it is Thursday evening, I'll tell the guy, listen, my friend, you sit on this table and enjoy yourself in this office. As I'm closing the door, you have the whole of this office. Do whatever you like with. When it is Saturday, I'm coming and we can say, hello work, how was your weekend? He has to have a weekend and I have to have a weekend too. So that's the way I go with work. And talking about mobile, I want to say this. In time past, we've always been saying don't take mobile to school, for an example. But nowadays, we're taking school to mobile. So we can't just get those things separated. It's intertwined. Now you talk about family, you talk about, there are a lot of things to talk about when we talk about intruders in marriage. It's a topic that will never finish. We'll still have some other time in future, whether in the near or in the far future, to still come and talk about it. Madam, work and marriage. How has it been with you?
For me, I am guilty, like you said, but thank God for my husband. He's been so supportive and is so helpful. Sometimes, you know, especially now we all know how it is for teachers here now. So the workload and the stress is really much, but he understands, and that is why I will still say everything is just know your partner. He knows and he understands. Sometimes he knows I'm too tired. He will tell me, no, you don't need to cook. We can just find something else to eat. Sometimes I'm too tired. He will take the laptop and tell me, no, put the work down and this one. Sometimes he will tell me, you will not give the kids attention. You will face this work again. I am guilty when it comes to, you know, bringing work down home. But like something happened last week, and I told myself that no, that let work be work. Whatever voice note they want to send on the WhatsApp, whatever email, even my my mail, I had to close everything from Thursday. I said no, this is my own new way now of doing it, because if I go or something happens, what is going to continue? I will have only my family and my husband and my kids. So why am I giving this much time to these people? So this week, starting from yesterday, I closed. They called me from work. I ignored. They sent a voice note. I listened to it and I ignored. And I said I will not open anything that has to do with work, because I feel that it's beginning to affect my kids, especially. I feel like I'm not giving them enough time. They want to talk to you. They want you to play with them. They want you to do stuff, you know. And I have a lot of deadlines to meet and all that. So I said, no, let work be work. Work is from Sunday to Thursday. Thursday evening, I have nothing to do with work. And this is how God has been helping me. And my husband has also been so sweet when it comes to that.
Work is work, home is home.
Yes.
The mixture of both must be well measured in order for one not to affect the other and cause a chain reaction that might lead to the end of the marriage. For everybody out there, I want to say this in Yoruba. I will try to interpret in English. Work has longevity more than life. If you drop dead today, for an example, in a place of work continue. Somebody will sit on that seat, but you are not going to have your family having the honor of having you around again. So let's look at it in this way. Work is good, but there should be limitation to how it affects our family. Finally, for today, I want to ask the Adesholas, looking into the family, looking into the in-law, looking into work, looking into opposite sex, looking into mobile, looking into gossip, looking into friends and everything that can be an intruder into the family, plus the one we've discussed and the one that we'll discuss in future. What is your advice to young couples or older couples who are having the issues of intruders in their marriage? Or relationship. So over to Oga first. Madam will have to cap it all.
I would say I anticipated this question because I was like, after everything, what exactly makes relationship work and marriage work? And I've thought about it. So long. Love is good. Trust is key. But then, in this our own time, maybe our forefathers were right. Maybe they were right. I stand to be corrected, and I would think they are right. When they say, Suru often shock obìnrin, then when they give you a wife, I've come to realize that even now, it's not only the man that has to have patience. The woman also a whole lot of patience, because when it comes to intruders, from the work to the phone, from the phone to opposite sex, from opposite sex to all these level of intruders and types of intruders which we discussed. Without patience, you can't be able to maneuver through this experience, because it takes patience to understand. It takes patience for wisdom, because sometimes what we're discussing now, because we have a little bit of experience in marriage. But then when we say wisdom, wisdom is the right application of knowledge. But then we don't have knowledge about marriage. You don't have knowledge about relationship, because as you are in it, that's how your knowledge is coming. So if you don't have patience, how will you have that knowledge? How will you be able to see the knowledge and then apply it? So to crown it all, patience is very, very important in this age which we have now. When it comes to intruders and marriage and relationship, patience is the key. And with patience, I think everything can work out fine. That's what I think can make a marriage work.
Wow. Sùúrù la fi ṣọkọ obìnrin. It is them sùúrù la fi ṣaya ọkùnrin. It goes both ways.
Yeah.
You can be an husband unless you want to be an husband. There is a difference between an husband and a husband. If you are beating your wife, if you are still fighting, you are an husband. If you still call name, you are an husband. You don't belong to the category of husband. So the same way the man has to have patience, that's the same way the woman also have to have it. It's a two-way thing. It's not limited to one. And I said, Madam, we cap it off before we ask our question. So for Madam, patience is a virtue.
Yeah, my husband said patience, but I will want us to look it from this angle also. To keep intruders out of our marriage, it is what the couples, the partners have to do. This is the whole of the work is between the two. That is why we have to, there is one thing that is very, very important that couples need to do. We have to sit down as couples and set boundaries. We should set boundaries. We sit down, I will table my own boundaries, he will table his own, we will agree, we'll have mutual agreement on it. And then we have to, couples should set boundaries and stick to it. Because as a couples, if you don't set boundaries, an outsider will set the boundaries for you. For example, this is what we both do. He knows that before I post any picture on social media, I will ask him that, is it okay? Which of the filters should I use? My husband knows that we already communicate boundaries of using social media. We can't abuse it. He knows. You can't see my husband going to social media, snapping picture, bringing out his tongue. This is what we've sat down to talk about. We also set boundaries of inviting friends. No friends will come to our house and want to sleep over. He knows this is what we talked about. Like, your friend cannot just come now and you guys are talking, you're gisting. Once it is 11 o'clock, I will give him eyes. He knows the man has to go, or whoever it is. So the most important thing is for couples to set boundaries, because if you don't do it, outsiders will set these boundaries for you. Set the boundaries and stick to it. Be open, no secret, no keeping of secret. Openness in marriage, you know, no keeping of secret whatsoever, be it money, in terms of finances, in time whatsoever. We set boundaries. He knows what my his in-laws can do. There is a limit to what my in-laws can do. My siblings will not call my husband and be asking my husband for money anyhow. We set that boundaries already. So good for couples to set boundaries, stick to your boundaries. This will make it work. It keeps intruders away.
Wow. Good for couples to set boundary and stick to that boundary.
Yeah.
You know, this issue of, okay. Let me appreciate the guest for last week, Barrister Kayode Akinshola. Is on the program today. Barrister Akinshola, we really appreciate you.
Thank you for joining, sir.
Thank you for joining, sir. We really appreciate you so much. As I said earlier, setting of boundaries is important in marriage. Yeah. And no two marriage is exactly the same. Don't take what I take in my marriage and expect your husband to take it. What my wife take from me, you may not be able to take. But we will learn from each other in marriage when we go about appreciating everybody's weakness and everybody's strong point. So in this week, I'll be telling the couples this. Listen, intruders will always be there.
Exactly.
247, you can take them out. You can't take them out, whatever you try to do. But what you need to do is fence them off on daily basis. So it's a continual thing. You fight the battle today, you keep fighting it tomorrow. Why do you think it will be fought once and it will be over? You keep bathing every day. You keep eating every day. You keep going out every day. You keep exercising every day. Life is a continuum. You can't stop in anything. Fighting for your marriage is also a continuum. You don't stop it. You don't get to a point where you get so relaxed. Everything is rosy. No. You keep fighting for your marriage. You keep working on it on a daily basis until the end of day. Marriage will always be nurtured. Marriage will work only when you continue to work it.
Water it.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now we will go to the question and answer section.
Okay.
Focus question, and we are not going to ask you to pick anything. We are going to be asking directly. Let's check whether we have a question. No. All right.
Work from the angle of
business.
A businessman can be.
It's a contribution.
It's a contribution.
Okay,
it's a contribution.
All right.
All right. Let's quickly go to the question now. Question number 1. Are you ready?
We are ready.
Who eats more?
Who
eats more?
Eat more.
I like this aspect. Last week you were able to point once and for all. So who eats more?
I think you will be the judge. You will be the judge.
I don't want to judge because I know both of you too well. I don't know you right now. I don't even know you from Adam. Who eats more?
It's you.
No. Not like
I'm enjoying this.
not like
We have to
Yeah,
break
but
it down.
people are judging already.
Someone answer.
Someone answer for you.
So let's close that question.
Question closed.
Okay.
no.
Okay.
We have to break it down.
Yes.
Because
Okay.
why this argument is who
2
eats
minutes
more?
to go. Yes.
Oh, why we ask this question, who eats more or who eats more frequently? So to me, who eats more frequently should be the person who eats more, not the person who sits at one spot and eats one big bowl of eba. So if I eat one big bowl of eba, it doesn't mean I eat more. But you'll be eating little from morning to night. Yeah, so you're eating more than me.
Close. And the last question.
My brother doesn't eat much. My fans are there supporting me.
And the last question, who is more patient?
No, it's started.
Wow. Wow, we will limit it to
Why
that.
did you do this to me this week? Why?
Last week you got everything.
Everything.
So I planned it very well. That's why I didn't allow you to take.
I need to win this time.
The balanced equation right now. 1 minute more. And we want to appreciate everybody.
Wow.
Daddy and Mommy Bolu, we want to appreciate you.
God bless you, sir.
These are a couple that I've known for over a decade, like I said, and I really appreciate it. We've all gone through thick and thin.
Yeah.
Not only you, us too, everybody. And the fact is that we're still here and we're still standing.
Yeah.
And I love that in both family. And
Thank
I want
you.
to tell everybody, you want to feature, like I will say it again, if you want to feature, come, send us a message. We will appreciate it. We will schedule a time for you. Go to our YouTube channel, our Facebook, our WhatsApp, our Instagram. We are all on all social media. Thank you very much.
Thank
Next week, until we come across your way,
Thank
Thank you. We love you.
Thank you. Bye. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you very much. Wow.
9 seconds to go.
9 seconds to go. I love it.
It's done already.
They are